my expenses are low. I made a bunch of money. I'm fine. If you say no, I'll be cool. If you said yes, it'll be cool. If it's something fun to do, it's not something I'm hard up for. So I go in with the right vibe, and I go in with an abundance attitude, which is like, hey, I'd love to help you. If you want to chat, we can chat. If you don't want, it's fine too.
At a certain level of business or like revenue or even success, everybody wants something from you. Everyone.
Yeah, I've rarely had a person hit up and say, hey Mel, how can I help you grow your business? Like, it's usually like, okay Mel, I want something from you.
Yes. All right. So welcome to the second episode of the Market Leaders Podcast. Right. So today is a different setting, but yeah. So we're going to talk about some fun stuff that's happening, what we have done so far, what have Melvin done in various countries. Right. I think a few summary, right? A few main points. Ken Honda, going around Malaysia, overseas, Japan, US, and what else? Also like meeting Dan Henry in Malaysia.
Dan Henry, a lot of stuff. And if you're first time watching our podcast, we use this opportunity to share with you behind the scenes. People ask me, what is the positioning, what is the representation that we put on? And I had a great conversation with our intern. I don't really treat him like an intern, our team member Morgan yesterday. Morgan's a 19-year-old. He's on his internship, but I don't treat him like an intern because I believe in the law of expectation. If you treat people like an amazing person, they become like an amazing person. If you treat them like a small person, then they switch their brain off and become a small person. So I was having a conversation with Morgan, and if you want to understand why you're watching this and what makes us different than all the other different people within Asia, etc., it's very simple. You watch this. This is a very simple black backdrop, two fellas drinking, sitting here looking at the screen and talking. Why should you listen to this? Because it's raw, it's uncensored, but more importantly, it's behind the scenes. I always believe that in this industry of marketing and speaking, there is the show that's at the front of the stage. You got the speakers, they come out, they got their nice fancy lights, digital whiteboards, big screens, and it's the song and dance. If you're a song and dance person and you want to watch a person do a song and dance for you, feel free to tune into all their podcasts. There'll be a song and dance, and they have spent a lot of money doing the song and dance. But if you want to know what happens behind the scenes, that is raw, that's unfiltered, that's uncensored even, and that's where the magic is actually created. Because remember, the performance is a result of what happens behind the scenes. And so these speakers who do the song and dance, when they need help or when they want to design the song and dance for you, they come to us. They call us, oftentimes at strange hours, at strange days, with a strange request, usually with a lot of problems. And our job is to help them.
Yeah. So recently you went to help Ken Honda in his mastermind, right? So that's something that I feel, something that you don't really share as much, right? Yeah. Is how do you even get him like as a client, a partner, or even help in the mastermind? Because everyone started from zero before. Everyone's a new person, and then they always want to like get to the high and the top of whatever industry and whatever niche to help them as a service provider, coach, consultant, whatever it may be. And you do it very, very naturally as a value giver. And I have my own ideas on it as well.
Oh, I do.
But like I think you do it very naturally and able to actually get Ken Honda in as a partner, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you share more about that? How do you actually meet him, get access, and even get him to agree working with you or you working with him?
Yeah, so I think back to my original point, right? I mean, these are like a little bit raw behind the scenes stuff we kind of share. So I hope everyone doesn't mind the fact that we got a cup of coffee here. He's got a coffee. I got a hot honey lemon. I'm not feeling super well. So a little bit of a behind the scenes stories. Yeah, so it's been a pleasure working with Ken. Ken's a good man. He's teaching wealth. He has a very gentle, amazing spiritual way of doing it. Some people like that style. I believe that whether you believe in energy or not, you can't deny that it's real. Some people only believe in things that are visible and don't believe in things that are invisible. For all those people, I recommend you put your hand in the electric socket. You will get electrocuted. Even though you don't see it, you will get fried. So electricity is real even though you can't see it. So the first thing and I mentioned all of these because I genuinely like Ken. And I think when I was in the Philippines, I think I felt, first of all, I felt a bit guided to, open an ad and kind of click on it. I was there to actually see my buddy, Dato Michael. And I saw Ken was there, and I don't know why, I just kept running into Ken. No matter where I went to buy Starbucks, I ran to him. I went to the toilet, I ran into him. And I actually know Ken in a way because my good friend is Zen. And I just went up to Ken and said, hey, you work with my partner Zen, and I just wanted to see whether I can help him. So the answer to working with great people and generally being able to connect with great people is to be a great person first. And I think that's often underrated. People want great skills. Is there an NLP persuasion method? The way you touch them, the way you frame your body, or frame yourself, or frame your positioning. I think if you're not a fucking asshole, it really helps.
Yeah.
I think if you understand first and foremost that you are going in genuinely with a good connection with a person. So I like him, so it begins there. And number two, because I like him, I want to see how I can help him.
Yeah.
And so that's the first key, right? So I like him, so I'm not like trying to approach a person I don't like. I think it's really hard. There are people, and I want to mention all of these because it's important. Some people are looking to persuade people that they fundamentally despise. I think if you despise them, then don't work with them. If you hate them, then you fundamentally shouldn't even just go and approach them, right? So it's like kind of logical. So number one, first key we teach at market leaders, qualification, work with people you like, right? So I like Ken, first key. I think he's a good man. I can sense energy. I think he's a great guy. Number two, because I like him, I want to help him. And I think that's critical. I feel that he has some areas where he clearly wants to grow. And I feel I genuinely want to go and help him. So two things are genuine. I like him and I want to help him. So the vibe and the energy is correct. So I'm not just framing myself as a value giver. I genuinely wanted to add value to him. Then the third one is I come from a space of abundance, which I think is critical. Because I think I've done really well, and I'm not prescribing this to anybody, I've done really well in terms of minimizing my different so-called expenditure. I don't have $2-3 million condo mortgage that I need to afford, or I didn't buy a Lexus or Audi, and this is in no way referencing anybody just mentioning random car name. So my expenses are low. I made a bunch of money. I'm fine. If he said no, I'll be cool. If he said yes, it'll be cool. It'll be something fun to do. It's not something I'm hard up for. So I go in with the right vibe, and I go in with an abundance attitude, which is like, hey, I'd love to help you. If you want to chat, we can chat. If you don't want, it's fine too.
Yeah.
And sometimes that gap makes people want to pursue that opportunity. But if you come on too strong, like, hey man, hey Brian, can I find you? You want to meet tomorrow? Now, next week? Like you got five minutes now. They kind of
desperate.
Exactly.
Desperate vibes.
And then the person's like, whoa, we just met. Why the hell?
Yeah.
Is this person so desperate?
You desperately want something from.
Yes. And it's weird.
Yeah.
So I think so first of all, good energy. Second, abundance. And third of all, I did mention that, and it's genuine, I'm not name dropping. I said I do know Zen, and Zen and I chat a lot. I say, I know your partner Zen, and I love to add value to you. And I just kept it as that. So these are the three things that I did at the start. I think the energy was right.
Yeah, I think it's very similar of how I interact with higher achievers, higher tier people as well in the e-commerce, internet marketing, whatever space as well. I don't really get. It's always the same value giver.
What you notice are things that people do wrong. Because oh my god, and we're not saying we are high and mighty. I've had so many people hit up my DMs and say, hey Mel, you're such a guru. I really hate the word. It's just please, guru implies worshipping, and I don't want anyone to worship. You want to worship, you worship God or whatever the heck you believe in also. But there are people that come up to us because we have a certain name and reputation. And what are the things that you have seen that they have done that you're like, oh, you can feel like.
I've been on both sides.
Right? Both sides.
To me, I still give, even if whichever sides. But I've seen it from the perspective of being an employee and a team member, a partner of somebody. I've seen it from going outreach to someone to get something from them, right? I know the objective is I want to help.
Yeah.
But in the event that they give me value as well, I don't mind taking it. Right? And then the other perspective is for me when I was nobody. All right, nothing to give. How do I give value, right? So there are three different perspectives in my opinion. So the first one, I talk about people coming to find us, right? Or people come find my partners or last time my clients and also my boss last time, right? Whatever it may be. So this one is very interesting because at a certain level of business or revenue or even success, everybody wants something from you. Everyone. Your employees, people outside, partners, suddenly the random coaches, let's just say in the coaching industry, the other coaches want to partner you. For getting your leads, right? Siphoning from you, right? I would say the siphoning, not steal. Borrow, you get a cut from it also as well. But in all event, right, everybody has only, when they talk about partnering, right, they tend to always talk about what's in it for me, not in it for the person that you're asking. I've never seen someone yet, except for the people who really partner for very long, really come from a place of what's in it for you, right? If I'm gonna help you, how can I help you more? add more value, you add more revenue.
Yeah. I've rarely had a person hit up and say, "Hey Mel, how can I help you grow your business?" Like it's usually like, "Okay, Mel, I want something from you."
Yes. So they start off with that. So you instantly know that the conversation
This fucking guy wants something.
you want to sell you lah, but when a person starts from the energy of like, I think you can do better here by doing this few things and this thing that can help you, right? Even if you know even if you're nobody, you have little to no skill, right? That alone treats me like a human being more than you're just using me as a tool, a leverage, and things, right?
Very good point for everybody watching. Are you genuine in wanting that? So, like, I think it's so important when you talk about this kind of thing. So, it's kind of obvious, but it's obvious but important.
Yeah.
Which is like, are you genuine? I know everyone wants to frame it like they want to give value, right? I mean, a fucking spammer in my DMs also wants to add value to me. It's just like, all right, but is it coming from a genuine space?
Yes.
Which means which you can tell. You can tell very quickly.
Yes, and nowadays adding value is easy, right? There is a lot of big companies that are not in trend of the newest things. So I think typically if you come from a younger, so what I did last time to actually, I was known as a YouTube guy, a YouTube ads guy. So very easily I was actually able to help people for free, based on free consult or whatever it may be, in various other industries with YouTube ads. And then they respect me, right? And they can give me advice on business or mentoring, whatever it may be. And that really helped me open a lot of doors.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of people try to, let's just say okay, like I hate copywriters for doing this. They always say your copy can be better. I'm a marketer. You tell me my copy can be better, that is like hurting my ego, right? Be it is good, bad, or it sucks, I don't care. That act of you saying that you can be better than a person without experience, without earning the same amount of money of them, is rude. Right? So I don't like coming from the place, hey, this guy is doing internet marketing, I tell him I can do better ads, I can tell him I can do better copy, but I only 1 year in business. He's 10 years in business.
True.
Right? Then it's like, the guy will just say, you don't know anything. And you just ignore everything you said. But if you are great at content marketing, if you're great at AI, great at AI agents, they definitely I can help you automate some stuff. They will open their mind and say, why don't you just help me? Right? And that's like how I deliver value. And for younger people who are looking for opportunities,
Good EQ. Gotta have good EQ, man. Don't piss people off. Maybe this episode is how not to piss people off.
I think a lot of people, I won't say they piss me off, but like it's a wrong approach, right? It's very, very much wrong approach.
They piss you off. Let's just say it. I just think so. I think being good at business is a combination of a variety of skills. Being good at marketing and doing AI and whatever, like doing your viral videos or whatever. That's one area, and that gets you in the game. But if you look at, and maybe I'm stretching the conversation here, if you look at what enables you to last long in the game, the ability to deliver is the entry point.
Yeah.
But what allows you to last long in the game, ironically, right, is down to a couple of things. Two things for me specifically. Number one, your character. If you're a piece of shit and you do a piece of shit things, sooner or later, your entire business will explode. And you might have to disappear for a few years or you cannot play anymore. So there's nothing to do with delivery also. Your ability to deliver gets you in the game. If you cannot deliver, you won't last more than a year because everyone will feel you're scam and ask for their money back. So, hey, I can deliver. Cool. Everyone in this game can deliver. It's kind of like going to NBA and saying, hey, I can play basketball. Yeah, great. Every one of these people can play basketball. But what makes you a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan is, yes, you can play ball, but character and then ability to work well with people. So some people have weak or porous character. Porous meaning character got a lot of hole. So everything flows through. That one don't lead to long-lasting business. Number two, right, is the ability to work well with people. Now, some people are professional assholes, which means they work very poorly with people. And if you piss a lot of people off, then not only will people not want to be your friend. So remember there are three kind of people, right? Friend, neutral, and enemy. Now, if you piss them off, they go from neutral or friend to enemy. Now, the thing about enemies and versus neutral, right, is neutrals don't give a shit about you, which is fine. They just go about their life. Enemies are one what you did, and they want ill for you. And enemies also go out of their point to let other people know
bad things about
you. And so, like, your inability to work well with people causes enemies.
Yes.
And if you have a lot of enemies in the scene, then no amount of marketing budget can help to overturn that, which is challenging.
Yeah, but also another thing, like I think what you said before, and for me, right, when especially dealing with I feel people who are, I won't say above, but higher level, way further ahead in the journey, it's very much coming in forth with the energy, like what energy you put off to them, very helpful, very curious, really want to solve problems, even though you may not be able to solve them.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. You treat them like a normal human being. Don't treat them like a revered human being.
Yeah.
Or don't treat them like a tool that you use to leverage.
Oh,
right?
man, yes.
Yeah. So these are two things that I
These
highly
are two
recommend.
spectrum. This one is like, you use them as a tool. There's no reverence, but hey, this guy is just something I can suck from. That's not good. This one is when you revere too much, then you cannot function. Like, then this is weird. So both of these are weird.
Yeah, because another point is like entrepreneurship is lonely lah. People just want you to treat them like a normal human being and a friend and whatnot, not
Yeah.
not something else. Like, if you get what I mean.
That's
right?
true.
So that is just the energy side of things. The second thing is value, right? Value can come in many forms. Most people think that value means I need to help you with a problem, right? But I mean, I can help you. I can just share with you the best wonton mee in Singapore, and that might be value, right?
Yeah,
Anything can be that, right? This is a far-fetched stretch idea, but value can be almost anything. So sometimes it's just how creative are you in delivering the value, rather than thinking you need a skill set, hone that also. Right? It's just very much becoming a people's person rather than being a human people person and having high EQ versus.
I think sometimes you can just connect people with people. So
That's a very good
that is
value skill.
that is that's skill. So you don't always have to have the answers. I've seen especially when you deal with high net worth or even high intelligence people, the least and the last thing you want to do sometimes, right, is to look like you have the answer. Because the likelihood of you thinking of a solution that they intelligently have not thought of is very low. So now, it's like this guy started this solution 3 years ago. You're like, oh my God, brother, let me tell you about this. Then he's like, it's that motherfucker. Right? And then you are so excited you want to talk more. And it's like, yeah, we thought this. We tried it already. So sometimes listening, asking questions, and seeing if there are things that you can connect them with that can help. But also in a humble way, I think it's a good idea.
So I think, so these are the main points. I think if you can gain something for it, change your perspective as well. I think that'd be good. Right, coming forth to the next one. I think you recently went to KL to meet Dan Henry, right? Yeah, so maybe you want to share more about what perspective shift for you, and what's the biggest lesson on like maybe what you learned from him and people around the room there, because like it's a different environment. Malaysia has different entrepreneurs as well.
I learned a few things. So let's talk about nothing about Dan Henry's sharing. Let's talk about the meta. So I think this kind of thing is useful for people. So I learned a few things that first and foremost, the kind of crowd that comes is dictated by the persona you are, the brand you have. And for anyone that does not believe that high net worth, high paying people exist that are willing to come on a dime without a sales call in every country is a bit delusional. I'm not saying it's the only method you should run, but I'm just saying if you're famous enough and you have a brand big enough, you can don't do a sales call, put a few IG stories out and get the cream of the cream to come.
Yeah.
So it really is X equals X, a law of attraction. The kind of person you are attracts the kind of people you get. So I don't want anyone to ever say there are no like rich people around. Because then Henry did 0 sales calls, put out 2 IG stories, and the room had 7 people, each paying 5,000 USD.
Yep.
And I mean, minus one guy who had a payment plan, the rest just paid in full. But everyone's like, oh, Malaysia is, I'm not sure if they can pay this amount. Well, everyone paid in full. Okay, minus that one guy had a payment plan also. And it wasn't like Dan Henry like pushed the shit out of this, so he just like put 2 IG story, right? So it is possible to find rich, willing, paying people in every country.
Yeah.
Let's just put that out there, And based on the brand and the profile you have, you're gonna attract the type of people you are. I personally sold about close to, or if not more than, I don't track like on spreadsheet. Probably should, just for bragging rights, but I guess probably more than 40 million Sing dollars worth of stuff. In the room, we had My Valley people. Some people had spent more than 100 million in terms of ad spend. Wayne Liu was there. We had some fitness trainers there. We had people in the Chinese seminar industry who had done really well, etc. So these are the top of the top. So the answer to getting top people, right, is to at least have a top brand. I would say the answer is to be a top person and to have a top brand, right? Then you attract top people. So I think the great challenge is the vast number of people who don't want to be a top person or don't want to have a top brand, but aspire to have top clients. That's delusional. So at least Dan has established, and he admitted himself that he has established a certain type of brand for a while.
Yep.
And he maintains it via social media, and hence a few posts can attract that kind of people to pay without sales call.
Yeah.
Right? Which is kind of interesting also. And that was what I kind of noticed. What I kind of noticed also was it is good to serve rich clients. It's good to serve rich clients because he gave everyone about 40 to 45 minutes on their prompt. Now, granted, if you think about it, right, because it was done in super simple stuff. It's just a room with just a whiteboard and like paper, I guess. Like, it wasn't like anything else. It's just everyone gets 45 minutes, a hot seat, basically.
Yeah.
And lunch was not particularly good. I didn't eat it. I was not feeling well like that day or so. So, but maybe lunch was great. I didn't eat it. But it's 45 minutes per person. But people got value because their problems, when solved in that 45-minute time span, the result of which, and the result if they didn't solve it, which is value, would be more than a 5K.
Yep.
Because there are people inside who had positioning problems. There are people inside who had a variety of whatever different kind of problems. And that 45 minutes helped them establish changes that once they got the aha was more than 5K. Because otherwise you would just be like, hey man, so 45 minutes for 5K, that's very expensive. But you see, you're not paying for the 45 minutes. You're paying for his aha moment, the light bulb moment that, oh, okay, cool, I got what I wanted.
Yep.
And people agree like, oh my God, okay, cool, that's it.
This is like very much like Alex Hormozy paying how much to Greg, I forget, 6 figures or something?
Yeah.
For one call or a few calls. And then all he get, the answer was just do more volume.
Yes.
Yeah, but that perspective really made him a lot more money.
Yeah, so people's aha moment, it's not like it didn't even take 45 minutes. Right? It didn't take 45 minutes. I think I was the last. So I think, I don't know, was it time? Was it factor? Was it maybe Dan Andrew was tired? But he talked for maybe 30 minutes for me. And then I got the answer. He also felt I got the answer. Everyone got the answer. We move the fuck on. But that realization is the value. And the value is 5. In this case, the price tag is 5K. The value could be worth more. And so why solve rich people problems? Because the difference when you solve a rich person's problem and when their problem is solved versus when their problem is not solved, this could be, for them, worth $100 million.
Yeah.
And when you solve it, even though it took 30 minutes, they'll be happy to pay you $50,000. And that'll be the best $50,000 per half an hour you've ever made.
Yeah.
And people are like, hey man, it's a lot of money for 30 minutes. And you say, it's not the 30 minutes, bro. It is the value. And so what I kind of realized is build a great brand, attract quality people, solve rich people's problem, and you can, and even better, solve it fast.
Yeah.
And then they all like, okay, I got my value. I want to get the fuck out. Like nobody stayed there afterwards. I know whether
They got better things to do.
exactly.
Which is
kind of funny because people just came and it's just interesting. You look at rich people behavior, they just come and be like, all right, I got this problem. Okay, I get my solution. Okay, see you, thank you, bye. And they just leave it. I also left. It's just funny to watch. Then people just left. So I don't know what else it says. It says that rich people come in, they have a problem, they want to get the problem solved. If you solve, it's worth a lot to them. They don't mind paying you, and after they're done, they fuck off.
Yeah.
That's the meta of what I observed. Now, what I learned from him on a personal level, which is why we're shooting this content, etc. So I think I'm going about things a bit too hard, and I also have blind spots. I kind of realize precessionally, which means as I listen to other people, and directly when he asked me, I was doing way too many things within the business. Right, this is content. I should add videos. I do the webinars. I do the live classes. Then I do the sales calls. Then I do the coaching. Then I do the mastermind. And then it's really a lot. And I'm looking for more intelligent SOPs, streamlined ways to adjust. And I also had a reflection on whether this was a byproduct of over commitment, but also to the degree because I really enjoy a lot of the craft. And so I don't have to do anything, but I sign myself up for it because actually I do like designing a webinar. I do like delivering a webinar. I don't want to do it until I fucking puke.
Yeah.
But maybe there are smarter ways to do things. And so that was what I kind of realized. Like, it is much better to design intelligent methods, or maybe at some point at this age where I am now, hire and train people to do things.
Get more leverage.
Yes. Versus do everything myself, even though I love doing it. And I can still do it. But now I'm doing it all.
For me, I think I'm a bit lazier in a sense. Right?
Lazy is not a bad thing.
Yeah. I feel like it's good in the era of AI as well. But like the main point also, I feel like you can scale the unscalable, but there's a limit, right? In terms of
Yes.
time. So I think whatever you do is like, not saying unscalable, but it's like the Taylor Swift analogy where she goes play wedding songs, go to people weddings so that she get more fame, more word of mouth, and that is like network effect, right? So that's doable long term, but like you still need the reach to have the network effect like compounded as well. Yeah. So like for me, I think you can keep things simpler and then leverage it way higher. I think that's good. But class
And
can do once in a while. I think it's also fun.
yeah. So I think I needed to balance or at least have that realization also like, wow, this is because then just drew out the whole thing also. Then when I look at it, I'm like, wow, this is way too fucking long. And he also asked he also say, hey, did I do a webinar, to a class to this for you all to come? No. You just like, you post that.
Some of my clients also never go any class. That's why I say don't need class.
Exactly. So sometimes am I binded because of 2 or 3 things, right? Do I love fucking doing classes? Maybe. Is it because that's the only way I've done it before? Or is it because that's the only way I knew how to do it before? So it's kind of like, these are the thoughts there.
Yeah, that's the way everyone in Singapore is doing it.
Then after a while, it's like, which means you start challenging it like, is this correct?
I wouldn't say correct or wrong. It's just more of like, is that what you want long term, right? In your business.
Yeah.
But do you want to do this? Like maybe you have realization like when you keep maybe not feeling so well. Then it's like, okay, maybe you're doing too much.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's a good
it is exhaustion.
Yeah, but we always reach to a point then we need to sit down and then decide, right? Because when we're doing it, we are always in the motion. We can't really.
And I think I also want like the balance, which means I do like doing classes, but I don't want it as the only method and having to do it at the kind of like density and frequency.
Yeah, do every month and do that to get more clients.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I don't mind doing it once every 2 or 3 months. Then I can actually enjoy the process more versus like, oh my god, here we fucking go again.
I don't really say that I'm like built for classes. Yeah. But like I will still do it. I will still improve on it.
That sucks. That means both of us fucking hate doing it at the frequency we are, which is why we're stopping this shit. Right? I think once every quarter I can make myself happy to do it. I'm quite sure you can find yourself happy enough to do it. Then a little bit of happiness is good for the business.
Yeah. I feel content reach more than the class. And it's also more leverageable. Because I think Naval was saying the 3 types of leverage tools, right? Either software, content, or money in general. Yeah. So then I fully believe in that. And that's the reason why we're also doing content, is even though we are ads people. And that's why we also advise our clients to do, even clients that were similar situation, running an agency, running as a marketer, copywriter, to do it as well, right? Because it helps them. But like some listen, some don't, it doesn't matter, right? The main thing is that era will change. And that's what I believe in. I think Dan Henry also believes that he's an ads guy.
He's an ads guy, yeah.
He's an ads guy, webinar guy.
I mean, he had
guy.
Yeah, he's an ads guy, and he has a certain way of doing content that is kind of interesting. He started doing it. I just want to like dive and talk a little bit about like, and I asked Dan this as well. Because we talk about the guy that I learned from, Taylor Welch as well. And then and both of them are, I mean, just call it what it is. Using religion as the front end kind of hook to get people in. Taylor is very like Christian, and he literally goes into the deeper part of Christianity, about angels, demons, and whatever, just like aliens. And Dan is recently converted to Muslim to Islam, and like he puts on his Muslim faith in a very strong way. And so when I asked him, I was like, is this the hottest thing? All the internet marketers are using religion as a lead gen into their back-end business consulting. And he was like, well, it is a way of them getting more reach. I'm not sure I want to do it. But
okay.
But it was a question I did ask him. I was like, what the heck is up with all of these? Apparently, like, our lovely internet marketers have gone from hooks, or now they can make more money. They're now talking about God, or whatever their variation of God is. But then, but the back end is business consulting, which I thought was, I also don't know, man. I got lots of thoughts about that. I was like, is this right?
I mean, to each his own, right?
To each their own, but I just have a lot of thoughts. I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't, but anyway.
Yeah, so also I think the other point we were talking about before was you're in a lot Malaysia and Singapore and you're selling to both different countries.
Yeah.
And in the past you were talking about different cultures, how you should live inside to be able to sell them. But
Yeah.
so like there's obviously a difference between a webinar in Malaysia and a webinar in Singapore. And that's why Malaysia gurus come to Singapore, Singapore gurus go to Malaysia. Both kind of flunk. Maybe you want to explain and share.
Okay, this is one of my favorite topics, right? And this has come from a life on the road. So before we dive into the topic, I must let people understand a little bit about my life, right? And I was reflecting about it very recently. I am a very, very strange fellow. And I also don't know. Maybe I'll go and see a therapist for some of this. But I personally have not found any desire or joy after making a bunch of money to buy anything material. So I no watches, absolutely none. I just don't like anything around my wrist. I suspect it's got something to do with freedom and something. I feel when it's around my wrist, I feel like it's like handcuff. Oh, it's very heavy. Right? So I don't want a car because I feel like a car is very restrictive. Or people always end up like having to pay a lot of payments, or I like sitting at back and do my own thing. And I don't want a house also. A house is very restrictive. So I suspect it's got something to do with some freedom related thing. So all of this is reaching a point. And so and I don't like to be bound by country also. So no house because restrictive, no car because restrictive, no watch because it feels like it's something around my wrist, and no bounded by country also. So what it means is like then oftentimes I just like rent like a space with people. And usually my friends that I stay together with are very successful. And even then, like, even though I have a space with them, I usually use it as a storage unit, and I like staying in hotels. So as of now, I'm staying in a hotel. Which I like. I actually do like hotel stay. Now, all of this builds up to a point, which is I like to travel.
Yeah.
And I like to move from country to country to country. Not for any other reason, but apart from the fact that, we've got students, different places, and I like helping and observing and meeting people, etc. And yes, usually doing a lot of consulting and advising with all these people around Malaysia and partnering, etc. And so when I start going to all these different places, I start having all my ideas about people, culture, and the way to sell shift. And I start to realize that actually the perspective that I have to give to people is very valuable, because most of the time when you follow a YouTuber and they're American, they give you an American perspective. And they're not lying to you, but the world is not American.
Yeah.
So if Hormozy tells you here's what works in wherever he's from, I don't think it even works in some parts of the States that are very different than wherever Hormozy is, because the States is a very diverse place. Some people, they speak different accent, they like different things, and they believe in different things also. So what works in one part of the States might not even work in another part of the States. Now, what works in the States might not even work for sure wouldn't work a lot of times in Asia. And then there is another part, which is there's no such thing as Asia either. Because even though Singapore is Asia, China also Asia, but it's still very different. Taiwan also Asia, Hong Kong also Asia. And these are all very different. So each country is actually different, which means the ability to localize is very important.
Yeah.
Which means you can learn a method, and in concept, first principles is correct. But in execution, oh my God, you got to localize it. If you fail to localize, the whole thing fails. So that is the primer to what I'm about to share. So what I kind of realized is that every country, localized execution, very important. Because localized execution is dependent on country culture. And each country culture is very, very different. And so between Malaysia and Singapore and Philippines, etc., they are all very different. Because they every culture looks for different heuristics. Heuristics are indicators, are heuristics for success and for trust. So, what the fuck does that mean? In Singapore, we look for a person who comes in, and how do you know a person is successful? Very simple. They go into a good school. They speak well. They have money. And they have like a track record. So when I indicate these things, you go, boom, I'll listen to that person. Now what if they do not have a rags to riches story? That doesn't fucking matter. These are the things I look for.
Successful, power, ego, status.
Power, money, results, like I have done it before.
Yeah.
So when a person displays these things, we go, I'll listen to that. So that is the heuristic.
Yeah.
Now you go to Malaysia, and the things they look for in a person they look up to is different. Ironically, I'm not saying they don't look up to a person that's rich, but they look up to a person that's rich but humble. Good character. Context, like good family man. He's good. He's well respected in his community. Those are the things they look for. So if you come in and you take this heuristic from Singapore and transplant it there, without the context of a good character and respectful, respect among the community, good family, they go, that person is a fucking scammer or an asshole. Because they have a feeling towards a person that in Singapore we consider successful, all the things I mentioned. But so if you transplant it, then they have a feeling towards this person if he doesn't have family, character, and the rest. They call that person an arrogant fucker, an arrogant prick. Or they have a lot of Chinese names like Lan Si la, So Hai la, whatever. Which I didn't know any of these terms also. Until I went there, I was like, sorry, what is Lan Si? What is So Hai? I don't know any of these terms. Then I started to realize, so what am I driving at here? Well, I thought these two countries are the same. So when I did a preview in Singapore where I was so honed from years of being here that, these are the things they look for, and sort of sharpen it really nicely to provide. And then I take this and move it over here. I realized it's still 0. Not 5, not 10, not dropped by half. It's 0. Which meant that the people listened to it and went, fuck this guy, I don't buy. Wow. That's shocking. So my buddy Nixman was there and he said, hey Mel, are you open to some feedback? I said, okay, sure. And he began to explain to me that, in Malaysia you look for different things. Now, I had that instant feeling like, this is wrong. But then I thought myself as a person that keeps traveling that every country is different.
Yeah.
Some things, some behaviors in the Philippines are very objectionable. But then in America, you like it. And I remember years ago when I was doing the dating and pickup, right? Scene when you walk up to a girl in the States and ask her questions, they are used to talking to strangers. Yeah, you do that in Singapore, nobody will respond.
They run away.
And so I started to realize that, hey, he is correct. And so, but the best shift of this was when I listened to him. And so I added more stories and more things that they look for in a heuristic. I did the same fucking presentation, just including the things they look for. And it went from 0 to 25%. Then I went, all right, let's go. This people like this kind of shit. Okay, let's go.
Different context, different frame, right? Locally.
Let's go. And now, will I ever take this Malaysia frame and use it in Singapore? No. Because if you do so, you will see inside the chat, hurry up. When is this going to start?
Yes.
We don't want to hear your story.
Yeah.
And so it's just what different countries look for.
Yeah.
Is it good or bad? I don't know. There's no good or bad. It's just like some people like chicken rice in the best example. Wonton mee in Singapore is noodle and then you put the chili at the side. Malaysian wonton mee is all black
sauce.
Black soy sauce. That's
Hong Kong wonton mee is soup.
Yes. So is it right or wrong, bro? Who knows?
Different style.
Different style.
Yeah, I do agree. Done in both countries as well for running ads, for clients, for partners. Yeah, I always come to the same conclusion, but the guru isn't able to switch.
Yes.
Code switch, yeah.
That's the key. Because when someone is hardwired for so long, and so I actually think my greatest gift is flexibility. Because why? When the guru is hardwired for so long, right, to be whatever, maybe
They do for like 5-10 years, or
exactly.
continue.
So the Malaysian style, right, they're always talking about, their story in a certain way. When they come here and Singaporeans are like, come on, hurry the fuck up. Right? Then it's like, oh shit, how do I do that? Then when the Singapore person, right, is like, kind of a showy, right, and go there, right? And then Malaysians are like, I don't respond to this. Then they're like, I don't want to be humble. Like, how exactly do I do that? So then we have a problem.
Yeah, it is what it is. But it's the best if you can localize, understand context, get partners in to do all these things as well, right? So in US also different, right? Very different now. I feel like it's a mix of everything. I can't really pinpoint out the specific things, but I think more similar to Singapore. I feel. What do you think?
I think it is even more, as a person that's gone to the US a lot and there were US people, they actually like and reward people who are audacious.
Like,
yes, I think you need to look at the culture and what is celebrated. Not celebrities, but what is celebrated. So if you look at the culture of the States, right, they are born out of revolution. Not evolution, revolution.
The American.
Yeah, we chased the British out. So we like, yeah, fuck you, spirit. Yeah, man, we gotta take our Independence Day. 4th of July. So they like that American dream. You fight to make it happen. So they like a person with fight. And so they respond well to, they elected Donald Trump. The guy says a lot of objectionable shit. But this is the person that a large majority of people went, I'll vote for him because I like his balls. So
yeah.
So that tells you a lot about the culture. So when I work with the people in the States, right, they like, I'm not saying everybody, but they like people being able to state their mind. they reward uniqueness. They want individuality. And they believe that if you want something, you fight for something. And so there is a very, even in the women, you look at the women, they jack as shit. I'm not saying all, but the ones that, they jack the shit, man. They want a challenge. So that is the culture of the place.
Yeah, different mentality.
Different mentality. They reward that, they like that. And so when you go in there and you are tougher and crazier, they like it.
Yep.
I have American friends, right, that like the fact that they think I'm unchained. Actually, I don't know. Am I unchained? I have no idea. I behave the same.
Maybe the first impression.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you like it. Oh, I like this guy. He's a bit crazy. That's what they like.
But Singapore, even my first impression of you is don't like first and like. So you I think a lot of people say that as well. Like, because at the start maybe they don't understand. It's not a good good first impression of, like, because you don't understand it and they don't talk to you, is they see you on social sometimes. Doesn't really reflect very well in first impression. But then when they really know you, then they love you.
Yeah.
So the way is a bit different as well, like different culture.
And then also you look at the praise that I get, right? In the States, they're like, oh, he's a bit crazy. Here they say, oh, he's a bit smart. You see, it's very interesting.
Yes, very different.
I'm like the same package. It's like this. It's like I'm like this cup. So when you give it the American guy, they're like, oh, I like the red. Then you give it the Singaporean guy, oh, I like the black.
Yes.
But, so here's the praise. In America, they like he's crazy. Here they like he's smart. Then in Malaysia, they're like he's a good friend. I'm so confused. I guess you see what you want to see.
Thing, yeah.
You see what you want to see.
All like different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they like what they like.
Yeah, this is the reason why you also need to create your own personal brand. If not,
I'm so confused. Guys, why don't you comment inside the chat? What do you like? I also don't know. I'm just being me also. You know, I'm just I guess people like whatever they like. So sometimes I'm so curious. So I ask them, like, what do you like also?
yeah, I think we get a lot of different. I mean, for Singapore clients, we get a lot of different similar patterns. For other, like you said, maybe like from overseas, they give you a lot of different ideas and what they like also. Yeah, so it kind of tells you, like, everyone's looking for different things, but it's kind of similar. Fundamentally, everybody follows the same human psychology, but because you brought up differently, culture different, mindset different.
And so you look for and respond to different things.
Yeah, very much.
And I guess I also don't know. Maybe I don't feel very attached to any culture. So I can understand, I mean, there's a fluidity. I can understand every culture also. So when I go there, I understand what they look for. I might not agree,
Yep.
but I understand what they look for. So I guess I can adapt and adjust accordingly. And that does not mean that I'm like a professional actor. I adjust different things. It's kind of like going to a country and speaking a language. It doesn't mean that my core beliefs change. I speak a different language.
I think that's very true. Okay, come to the last point of the podcast, right? So I think today, the last thing I want to talk about is AI.
There we go.
Yeah, so very much I think we know that is one of the most forefront, most innovative space right now. Everybody's talking about it, creating software, doing courses, whatever it may be. But what are your thoughts about it, right? I mean, as a marketer, or coming from the point of a business owner, I know the answer should be everyone should use, but what are your other thoughts on it?
My real thoughts about AI, right, is what the fuck we're gonna do with AI for our position and for our market. And I want everyone who to watch this to understand that Brian and I are specifically going to take AI and make it useful and relevant to achieve the business outcome goals for the coaches, the speakers, the sales leaders we have, so that you can do the things that you want to do, the fundamental needs you want, which is, get more leads and sell more and, become more famous and attract higher quality people and have more free time. And those are the outcomes. So the people and the outcome are the two things we're going to focus on, not the AI. Because the AI is the vehicle to help people get an outcome. And I think that's fundamentally what I think the whole space of people want to teach AI or get into AI are missing. Yep. They like the tech, but they miss out the people and the function. And so when you love the tech, right, which is when I went to the Super AI conference, and that was when I kind of realized that, hey, this place is full of AI lovers. They like the tech first, but they are doing it reverse also, which is what all nerds do. I love the tech. Then only when I fuck around with the tech, then I start thinking, is there a function for it? Is there a person that wants to buy this? And so they do it reverse also. Right? Because there's a tech-first thinking, not a humanistic thinking. Humanistic thinking is people, a problem solving function, then I find the tech.
Yeah.
But tech people like tech first.
Actually, even a lot of younger influencers who do AI space, they sell courses and they sell like prompts, or they even sell like NAN AI agents or templates, right? My take is very, very different as well. Even though I kind of see what they do, it's interesting, it's very shiny, I'll say, right? It is what it is. But most of the time when you use it, it's like full of shit. Then it's like, okay, I need to use it for this specific use case and this outcome, but it doesn't use for my business, it doesn't work for my business, it doesn't give me the outcome that I specifically want. And I paid this amount of money. So like, it just basically give you like a key that can open anything.
Yeah, because without function, right? So like, I'm not an AI hater. I also invest a lot of money in crypto. And the problem, right, with things that are cool without function is they die very fast.
Yep.
I have lost count. And remember, for everyone watching, I'm not AI like hater, or like, I'm just like, oh, like a fucking boomer, like hates like tech. No, I'm just telling you that if a tech is cool, but has no function, it inevitably will die because what's it called? No revenue. No one buy it. So I've seen tons of, I've probably invested in crypto coins that are so fucking cool. But everyone looks around and goes, the fuck is the function of this? And we are struggling,
It's always hype.
begging and trying to find a function. And we just don't want to admit the real truth, which is there is no function. And inevitably this fucking thing, no matter how cool, will die. The only projects in the crypto space that stand the test of time and continue to boom, which I think is what every single fucking tech person wants their tech thing to do, which is to boom and not die, is if you have a bunch of people who can use your shit to solve a problem and get a function.
Yep.
So I'm not a boomer or like hating on your tech. I'm just saying, like, the cool tech is cool, but it can only have legs if it solves a fundamental problem for people.
Yeah. This is very much same as the internet boom, right? So a lot of internet companies die. Crypto, same. AI, same.
Crypto projects. So right now, as we shoot this, the only crypto. So we are shooting this in July of 2025, and as of today, the crypto markets are pumping. If you look at all the coins that are pumping, right, they have one thing in common. Most of the ones that are pumping and they've like stood the test of time have some use case.
Value and solve
Like,
problems.
like they do something to do with it.
Okay.
And all the people that have created like cool projects before,
Yep.
they have little to no use case.
All died. All disappeared.
And so I'm not hating upon all your new AI cool shit. But you look at the ones that are used, like 11 Labs has like, a simple function, voice, right? You have you stuff for pictures, you have stuff for video. So these are the ones that will continue to stay around long in the future.
Yeah, I start using a lot of AI tools as well. My mind tech is a bit similar to you, but also there's a slight context change. Is that like a few people who create AI tools, prompts, or bots, but have depth of experience in a particular field, let's just say marketing, sales, accounting, writing a book, whatever it may be, right? They have done for a few years. Those are the people you should learn AI prompts, tools, methods, frameworks from, because they use it for their work. The people who give you prompts, that create prompts, if you get what I mean. They create prompts for the sake of creating prompts. Right? That's
No use case, right? No use case, right?
Yeah, so let's just say like we try some fun stuff, we just read our bum. We just get 八字, whatever it may be. And it's fun. We do use it once, but are we going to use it ever again? Maybe not, right? Unless you're very interested in that. Or you use it like for some call and then just summarize meaning notes. You're going to use it once, right? But you never use it again. So people who have that experience, plus understand AI, how to use it, will win, I would say, the race. And this is people you should learn from. These people you should really learn how they think as well you're using AI, because it's very much how they do things. Nothing different. It's just now there's a tool that you can do in split seconds rather than last time take days. Right? This is my take, because if people learn from us, like just say we are very good at marketing, positioning, copy, content, and this is what you will learn, right? But when you learn from somebody that never done any of these things, they give you a very base level that what ChatGPT can also give you. And to me, that is there's no context, there's no depth, there's no understanding of how things go is good or bad. It's just plain, right? It's like you learning from a textbook, a school, and then you don't understand anything, right? Because all the skill set is within the experience. So to me, there's only like if you are able to actually get that depth, or you already have someone that's a depth, and then you are great in AI, you can partner it, and then you really learn, right? But if you're not, but you're somebody with expertise, use it for your business, use it as a output, objective, like a use case problem, right? And that's where you really shine. And that's what we're using for copy, for content, and everything, right?
I think this is why, like, I don't want to stand for AI. Now, I definitely want us to be an AI-powered organization, and I want to help our clients and the team with AI. But I don't want to lead with AI first, because to lead with AI is to lead with a tool first.
Yep.
And I think tools should always serve functions, and functions are functions for people. So we should be like, we stand for helping this person, people, solve this problem and reach this outcome. And through this, we have a tool.
Yep.
So I think it's a difference between telling everyone, right, I got Korean pigmentation machine or Korean don't know what tech, versus if you come here, you will have porcelain skin, anti-age by this amount. Then we have a whole bunch of Korean or Lord knows where the tech is from in the back.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be put the tech first, because I don't want people to just come for the tech. I want the right people to come who want the outcome. Then we have a whole bunch of stuff to help.
I agree. But then again, it's shiny, so it's easy to get, to be honest, clients, leads, and everything.
Well,
it is what it is, right? Yeah.
Well, the challenge is, and I think as we wrap up, the challenge with this thing is, the people who stand for AI first are very soon, in the next 1-2 years, are going to stand for something else again.
Yep, they're gonna change.
And this is going to be a wave. Remember this platform called Periscope?
Yeah, the live thingy
Remember there was a period of time when people stood for Periscope
before.
before Facebook Live and a lot of this.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to teach them the Periscope God, man. And then, well, guess what? They remember Snapchat also. They're like, I'm the Snapchat God. What? Oh, the funniest one, Clubhouse. Oh my God, I'm going to teach you a Clubhouse guru. That didn't last very long. That's what happens when you put the tech and the platform.
Now recently is Claude, ChatGPT, Manus, VO3, God.
People fucking never learn, man. Do not ever put a platform first. Like, telling people you're the front page God. It died. Please don't do that. But anyway.
Alright, so we come to the end. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave down in the comments anything you would like us to discuss next.
Yes, leave all sorts of strange comments below. Actually, not strange. Whatever you want us to talk about or anything you want to say in reference to the things we have to say. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Alright, see ya.